Hey there, welcome back. All right, another night, another Suikoden. Hope you fat RGL, hope you're both doing well. Tonight, we begin Suikogaiden Volume 2, Duel at Crystal Valley. Hopefully I've got everything working. I tested it a little bit, but I didn't have a ton of time to get it tested. But it appears to be working, so we're going to jump over. We're going to start it up. We're going to see how far we can get this evening. I'm assuming this is going to be about the same length as the previous game, so I will be finishing this early next week, and we can move on. All right, it'll be sad to kind of leave the Suikoden universe behind, but hopefully Ayuden kind of lives up to it's supposed to be a spiritual successor. Hopefully it kind of lives up to it. We'll see. Let's get started. I'm talking way too much, way too fast. Switch that over. Here we go. Oh, hi. Wow, here we go. There I am. Hi, how's it going? All right, continuing Nash's tale. Press start. Now, sadly, there's still a memory card issue. This is not the typical core that I use, and it works a little differently than some of the others. So I'm not sure why, but it will not read the save data from the memory card for Suikogaiden Volume 1. So we're going to just say no and continue on without it. Episode 1, Pride. More reading for a few days. Hey, look, they actually put an animation on the load screen in this one. Hey, how's it going? Never played any of Ayuden? So Ayuden has a prequel that is not quite the same. But then there's only one Ayuden Chronicles game so far. But they called themselves a spiritual successor to Suikoden. And I'm looking forward to seeing how well it captures the feeling. It's been 3 months since the war between the Highland Kingdom and the Alliance army ended. As for me, in exchange for successfully accomplishing the task of helping Greenhill drive off Highland's forces, my records with the guards were erased, hopefully making me untraceable. Now I'm on my way to my hometown, the capital of Harmonia, Crystal Valley. I don't know exactly what's waiting for me there, but I can't postpone settling matters with Zaj any longer. That's right, Zaj has got it coming to him. Sadly, I don't think we're going to get to see the end of the story. I hope, I don't have a lot of hope, but I hope there's someone out there still working on a fan translation of the third game. I don't know if there is, but I would really like to get a chance to see the end of this little trilogy. Starting from the city of Tinto and going through the grasslands, it should take about 2 weeks to reach Harmonian territory. I should reach the Defense Forces headquarters in Caleria about a week after that. Before crossing the mountains ahead, I decided to stop at a small village. Hopefully I can get some food and medicine here. Things seem rather busy. Street vendors are everywhere in the village. The villagers are also crowding the place, smiling and having fun. Excuse me, do you have a minute? Yes? How can I help you? The village seems quite lively. Are you having a festival or something? A festival, huh? It's a little different from that. When the frost thaws and the green starts sprouting again, everyone in the village comes together for a lively feast. We call it the Hoof and Grass Flute Feast. hoof and grass flute feast. Interesting. Judging by your clothes, I take it you're not from around here? Yeah, I'm just wandering the grasslands. I came from the city-states. Let's just say I'm just wandering the grasslands. You look too cool to be a peddler. Maybe a traveling bard? Or maybe you're a spy on a secret mission in the grasslands? No, that's not. Well, in any case, I'm in charge of cooking today, so please excuse me. Please, enjoy your stay here. Wait a... Sadly, I didn't get to hear her name, but the feast can't start until she served up her cooking, I guess. Just remembering my travels so far makes my stomach growl, so I'm not one to interrupt. But this feast sure has a great variety of stalls, selling everything from food, clothing, and souvenirs. I was easily able to get the equipment and food I needed for the journey across the mountain. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a hold of any medicine, the most important item. Suddenly I noticed that there was a big crowd in the town square. I have time. Why don't I go and take a quick look? Oh, look who it is! Some traveling entertainers are performing their arts for money. It doesn't appear to be a regular part of the festivities. All right, it's time for the next part of the show. Let's see. All right. Hey, you there. You, the guy with the blonde hair. Huh? Do you mean me? Who else would I mean? On a day like this, if you're that immersed in the show, you'll lose your wallet. I check my wallet to make sure. It seems okay. Everyone around me is checking their wallets as well. Was everything okay? Okay, no more delays. Why don't you help me out here? It's a simple matter. Come. Me. It's decided. Well, come over here. He's the new target, huh? As soon as she said this, the girl pulled my arm and put me in front of a tree. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, everyone, your attention. It's time for the famous and beautiful Ailey, the master knife thrower. Watch carefully as she uses her amazing skills to accomplish this remarkable feat. Knife thrower? Don't tell me I'm the target. My. Don't tell me a big guy like you is afraid of a little knife. I wouldn't say that. Let's do this then. Here I go. Don't worry. There's no match for my skill. No, wait a minute. A slender girl came walking up to me with a smile on her face, carrying a small, unripe watermelon in her hands. She kind of looks like Ailey, the knife thrower. Is this her sister? The girl put the watermelon on my head and whispered softly in my ear. It's weird, she looks so much younger in this than she did in Suikoden II. Like, I always assumed that Rinna was the older sister, but she definitely, her face looks younger here. I'm sorry, that girl is just impossible. Just don't move. She's looking a little off today. What? Don't worry. I have some very good medicine available. That's not the problem here. All right, here we go. It's impossible for me to escape now. I decided to grit my teeth and prepare for the worst. Ailey carefully begins to aim. Rinna is the older sister, the only 1 year older. That's not bad. Move a hair to the right, move a hair. Don't move. There. The knife grazed my cheek, sinking into the tree. Isn't she supposed to be good at this? Yeah, I've got a good rhythm going here. Why is she missing? Hey, can we stop now? I just remembered something I've got to do. It'll be fine. Stop worrying so much. This one will hit for sure. Eileen's got a dangerous look in her eyes. This is serious. I can tell if she misses now. A round of applause rose up from the audience. The knife had safely pierced its target. I breathe a sigh of relief as I look at Eileen and her friends. If you move, it'll be worse because you sharpen her knife? Oh no. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, applause, applause. Please pass your tips over here. Thank you very much. That was Eileen the knife thrower. Thank you very much. If you'd like, I could tell your fortune. Sure, she's really strong-willed. Before I knew it, they'd been surrounded by the audience. By the looks of it, they're going to start their next performance. I can't bear the idea of being the target again. Quietly, I left the area. Also, hey, how's it going? Sorry, I didn't even greet you. I probably missed a bunch of people. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. That was quite a disaster. I turned around, catching two men standing off to the side, one of which flashes a charming smile in my direction. I had a pretty hard time of it, even if I told you how bad she was. I think it's a part of her show. To barely miss on the first try, then succeed on the second. The audience really enjoys it. I see, so that's how it is. And here all that cold sweat was for nothing. Looks like those girls are the same as ever, even when us knights are watching them. Those girls? You've met those performers before? That's right. I'm Miklatov and this is Camus. We fought together with those girls in the war. Camus and Miklatov? Part of the core of the Alliance army, originally of the Matilda Knights. Then you're... Oh, there you are. Geez, I was looking all over. Who is this? Oh, it's Eileen again. Huh? If it isn't Camus and Miklatov. You know this guy? We just met, actually. Your name is? Oh, it's Nash. Nash Latkje. Nash, huh? Well then, let's go. I just saw a stand selling some tasty-looking cheese pastries. Huh? What the hell for? It's for earlier. I messed up, right? It's an apology. Come on, let's go. Camus, Miklatov, see you later. Ah, right. Really, the same as ever. I like that we have an actual load screen, something that shows us that it's not just locked up. We spent the time before the feast walking around the bustling village, stuffing our faces with cheese pastries from the stalls. She seems to be enjoying herself. I have to say, I like this kind of atmosphere. As we made idle conversation, Eileen led me to the edge of the village. Looking down from the only village on the plateau, the view spread out below us is exceptional. What do you think? Pretty good spot, right? Yeah, it's got a great atmosphere. A place that can wash away all your worries. And by the way, have you guys been traveling performers very long? Uh-huh. Rinna is my big sister. She's a fortune teller. Then there's Bulgan, he's a fire breather. We've always traveled together. Your sister is really beautiful. I don't think I want to say that. Isn't it tough living as travelers? It is pretty tough, but Sis is really helpful, and Bulgan is always smiling. Thanks to that, I hardly ever notice how hard it is. I see. It must be nice to have comrades to travel with. Do you always travel by yourself? Yeah. Well, I'm the kind of guy who feels the most at ease by himself. Where are you guys from? You're not from the city-states, are you? We were born in the grasslands. Do you ever go back there? To your home? You say home, but we don't really have a home here. Are people waiting for us, or people waiting for us either? So, as for a place to return to, well, we've got pretty strong ties with the Alliance Army's HQ. A place to return to, huh? Hey, Eiley? Why'd you join the Alliance Army? I was in the city-states around that time. Why'd you join the Alliance Army? Don't have any idea to fill the bar? I don't either. I just kind of go with what feels right. And if we get it right, we'll get it right. We may not get the perfect ending for the game, but we'll get to see most of the story at least. Well, lots of reasons, really. I guess you could say things just turned out that way. You might be an expert knife thrower, but I don't peg you as the type to go off to battle. If the city-states aren't your homeland, then I can't think of any reason you'd fight for them. You've got a point. I might not have an attachment to the country or the land, but the people who live there, that's where it's at. Yeah, that's it. Do you understand? I see. If that's the case, I understand completely. Really? You're not just saying that? Why would I? See, I hit the bullseye, didn't I? Well, we should be heading back soon. Yeah. Sis' fortune-telling should be gathering customers soon. Eiley suddenly stopped talking, staring frozen at a spot below the plateau where a road ran down the valley. Oh, she looks frightened. What is it? That's... I thought that was a trading caravan, but it's not, is it? I look down toward the valley. Through a break in the grove of trees, I catch a glimpse of a group of figures on horseback. In each of their hands is a weapon. Gijimu? Oh, so they finally showed up. Who are you? Old Gustav asked us to come out here to find out if the legendary Keepers of the Flame really have shown up, see? Looks like we didn't come for nothing. That name the man behind me had said just now. The group known as the Keepers of the Flame are really well known in the Grasslands? From what I'm told, they fought head-to-head with Harmonia's regional army 60 years ago, and even snuck into the one temple and stole a true rune. Since I've come here, I've been hearing a lot of unbelievable stories like that. On top of that, the leader of that gang of bandits held the true fire rune and became known as the Fire Hero. But that story is more than 50 years old. To have recent rumors of Keepers of the Flame sightings along the border? Are they really? And you are? What? You've never heard of the great Gijimu of Lamp Dragon Mountain? Gijimu? Gijimu? Gijimu, it's you. How have you been? Oh, it's the little missy. You look like you're doing good. Another acquaintance, huh? These guys sure know a lot of people. Yeah, they do, like 108 of them. We too came to acquire information on the rumors of bandits raiding the vicinity, so to run into you, it's a stroke of luck. Camus? When did you... Anyway, looks like we'd better hurry. Alright, Eiley's group should help the villagers find refuge. The forest to the north should be good. Got it. Thought it was Lily searching for the flame. There's a lot of people searching, a lot of them. Right, then for the rest of us. The sound of an explosion came from the direction of the village entrance. Looking over there, we saw a huge pillar of fire rising up. The strength of that rune. It couldn't really be the power of a true rune, could it? I suppose it could. They're coming. Right as Miklatov shouted, the bandits rushed into the village. The square overflowed with screams as the villagers and travelers fell into panic. The bandits split into two groups at the entrance, and the sound of hooves began to echo around the square. Aren't there women and children here? These guys are really bad. Hey, you're coming too, right, Lowin? Now we've got a lot of things to do. I don't know if they're really the keepers of the flame, but I've got a bone to pick with these guys. They're really gonna be sorry. Hey, red and blue, what are you guys gonna do? I'm guessing I'm looking at some extra hands? Of course. If we don't protect the people, what kind of knights would we be? What will you do, Sir Nash? I'm coming with you, of course. I'm used to trouble. Looks like Gijimu and Camus will split into two teams. Well then, which group should I go with? Okay, Camus and Miklatov or Gijimu's gang? This is our first big choice here. I don't know. I don't think it matters much, honestly. Let's go with Gijimu's gang. Well, except they've got 3 people already. So let's go with Camus and Miklatov instead. Then it's 2 even groups, 3 and 3. Yeah, I mean, the whole family is, right? Bandits fighting bandits, that's what's going on here. Let's hurry. We dove into the street to the left of the square and came across a bunch of bandits chasing some villagers. Listen up, foul thieves. You damn ruffians can't do whatever you please. Hey, you're giving yourself away. The hell? Who are you? Now come at me. We have steel and our chivalry. You bastards and your pathetic blades have no chance against us. What'd you say? One of the bandits threw an axe, and right before my eyes, Camus knocked it away. Now then, it's about time for us to get a little rough. I don't care if you're knights or whatever. You're gonna regret this. Look at that horse. Oh, the horse with his teeth. That's hilarious. Always provoking in the name of justice. That's the best way to provoke, though, right? If you're gonna provoke people, do it in the name of justice. Behind the bandits charging on horseback towards us, I could see a separate group of archers. It'd be safe to leave the approaching bandits to Camus and Miklatov. As for the others... You're not getting away from me. As I stepped back a little from behind the two, I lobbed a carefully aimed smoke bomb in the direction of the bandits in the back. Smoke bomb against the archers. Uah! What the hell's this? It's smoke. White smoke covered the area. With this, they shouldn't be able to shoot any arrows. Danceny? Is that right? Feed Danceny's steel with your souls. It loves the taste. With my sword Uriah? With each glitter of the 2 men's swords, a bandit fell off his horse. As expected from knights who pledged by their swords. Gah! Eek! Eek! Looks like this place is in good hands. In that case, I'll go help Gijimu. Leaving the bandits in the front to those two, I headed toward the bandits in the back who were desperately trying to shake off my smokescreen. Looks like you're having a lot of trouble. Damn. So you're the bastard that did this. Provoking the bandits, I drew them into a narrow alleyway. You bastard, hold it. Sorry, but I can't do that. Yeah, that makes sense. I just didn't remember reading it, because I know the names of the weapons are all in the last game, Suikoden II, as you level them up, and I could not remember that that was the name of his weapon. As I ran with the sound of hooves coming up fast, I measured the distance between me and the bandits. All right. I glanced back at them over my shoulder, shooting an anchor out at the wall surrounding the alleyway. What? By the time the bandits grew suspicious of my behavior, it was already too late. A wire connected the anchor to the opposite side of the alley. Wah! Caught up in their own momentum, the bandits get tangled in the wire and fall from their horses one by one. The bandits behind them charging in fall in a similar manner. That's that. With those words, I left the bandits groaning in pain and headed back to where I'd left Camus and Miklatov. Oh, Sir Nash, you're safe. What happened to the rest of the bandits? I rounded them all up. We may have swords, but Sir Nash has wit, it seems. Ah, well... I have not played Grandia. I think I own Grandia on Steam. Maybe it's Grandia 2 that I own. Now I want to know. So it's one that I've wanted to play many times and I've just never got around to it. So many games. There are so many old games I want to play that I've waited so long to actually get a chance to play. Once Steam opens, I'll let you know. More? The sound of a huge explosion resounded from the central square, and when we turned to look, a gigantic pillar of fire was standing there. It can't be. They're really... Now loading. Well, I don't know if Steam's ever going to open. Ah, there it goes. Oh, it paused when Steam opened. All right. Let's see. Do I own this game? Curiosity got the better of me. This is very unprofessional. Very, very unprofessional. Well, evidently I don't. I swore I did. Yeah. Oh, nope. Evidently, Grandia 1 and 2 are on my wish list, but I do not own them. I didn't know Grandia 1 was an HD remaster. Sorry about that. So yes, those games should go on the list. They should go on the list of things we should play in the future. When we reached the main square, the area had tragically been reduced to ashes. Standing on that hideously charred ground, the three mountain bandits had apparently finished off the small fry and were already facing off against the invading bandit gang. I could count about 10 opponents, each readying weapons of their own. A man who seemed to be the leader of the bandits was standing in the center of the square. So their leader has finally shown himself. Is it good? Is it a good series? I've always thought it looked good. But I will make sure it goes on the list. The long list of games. I'm gonna have to start streaming more. The leader stood unmoved and glancing at us assembled in the square. He opened his mouth to speak. Oh, This is surprising. All these people from the Alliance army in a remote village like this? It's no wonder my subordinates had so much trouble. If you know us, then talk fast. Leave this village quickly and get out of my sight. Then dissolve your band of thieves and never again cause trouble like this. This is the Grasslands, a free land. Who could possibly give us orders on how to live our lives? I'll say this. At least you're good at talking, if nothing else. Then are you saying you'd rather fight to the bitter end? Hey, you bastards are nothing but cowardly robbers acting all carefree like this. You really think you can do whatever you want? Calling us cowardly, that's an amusing thing to say. Then what the Alliance army has done, couldn't that be called cowardly as well? What did you say? That's crazy talk. What are you saying we did? Preaching insincere ideals while committing atrocities behind the scenes like the cowards you are. Do you expect the Keepers of the Flame to fear you? You came in here killing innocent people. I don't think you have a leg to stand on, buddy. This is bad. You think? Don't falter. They're encircling us. We found ourselves standing back to back, defending from the bandits' offensive. Camus, Miklatov, and the mountain bandits' strength is certain, but I don't know if we can break this circle. This is really bad. Crimson flames, burn my enemies to ashes. Damn it. Immediately, a huge pillar of fire rose up behind us. I get the feeling that in defending ourselves from the immediate threat, we've left out something bigger. The truth behind this magic, which has twice now made pillars of flame rise up in the village. Damn it. He's so upset. As soon as I found a gap, I slipped out of the bandit's circle and, keeping out of sight of the surrounding eyes, drew closer to the leader. Such impudent behavior. I expect you can use a sword. Magic can't be all you've got. Of course I can. It would have been rather difficult to spread my name across this harsh land if I couldn't. He accompanied his retort with a swing of his sword, which I fended off with a dagger. The moment our swords came together with a scattering of sparks, I shot a spike out of the sleeve of my free hand. Gah! Gotcha. Boss, please get away from there now. His subordinates start to intrude on our fight, killing my chances of making a finishing blow. This is bad luck. Again. Keepers of the Flame, we will entrust our bodies to the fire. If we do so, the flames will surely become our strength. The bandits all moved at once at their leader's shout, each of them pulling out a small talisman from the leather bags hanging at their waists. It can't be. I recognize the thieves' talismans. Canopy defense. Smaller than what was used back in Greenhill, they would most likely have a narrower range of effect. In other words, they wouldn't be able to cover the whole team, but they'd protect the immediate area around the user. Which means... Crap. He's planning to use high-level magic. What'd you say? This is... I don't know what to say. Maybe I've got a talisman. I don't even know. How would I know if I've got a talisman? I think everybody should run. If I've got a talisman, I don't think it's going to cover all of us, right? That was probably the wrong thing to say. We're really not in a good spot right now. You can't be planning to turn your backs on the enemy. This is our only chance. Dying in vain isn't a knight's dream, is it? Immediately after the leader invoked his spell, a red-hot fireball appeared between us and the bandits. The fireball gradually swelled with an ominous roar, its color changing brightly. This is some really dangerous magic. The fireball swallows up the bandits first, but thanks to the talismans in their hands, they act as if nothing happened. Without any way to counter the magic, we have no choice but to run away. Scatter! Hurry and run! Koyu and Lo Win went left out of the main square, with Gijimu and Miklatov going right. Camus and I ran straight on through the square. During that time, the fireball expanded even faster, filling the entire square, searing my back with heat. Damn it! Just how far is it going to spread? Yeah? Huh? Oh no! A woman had fallen in the alley. That's the girl from... We're coming! I changed course without a moment's delay, rushing toward the woman with Camus close behind. Well, I better hope that talisman's still there. Maki? Camus? But the moment we tried to help her up, pain distorted her face. Camus? Forget about me. Hurry and run. What are you saying? I'm not the kind of man to leave you here and run. You should know that. The fireball is approaching fast. The way things are going, I'm probably going to get swallowed up by that ever more powerful fireball along with these two. Isn't there anything I can do? That's it. There's still a way. I rush over to one of the fallen bandits in the alleyway, hurriedly fumbling through the leather bag on his waist. Got it. Just as I thought, there was a talisman in the bag. Camus, use this. I throw the talisman to Camus, but that's not enough. In order to defend ourselves, we'll need 3 talismans at least. But none of the other bandits lying scattered in the alleyway had a talisman in their bags. Why not? Damn it! You're supposed to give them to your whole team. If there's only one, that will be enough. No way. If we do that, there's 2 people going unprotected. When I finally got my hands on more talismans, it was already too late. The fireball swallowed up Camus and Maki in a giant blaze. What? Those who challenge the Keepers of the Flame will all be burned to nothing by the fires of hell. We will return to this village tonight. From now on, you will abide by our rules. From within the roaring maelstrom of fire, only the leader's awful, resounding voice could be heard. That's irritating. I'm frustrated. When the leader of the Keepers of the Flame let loose his magic, the village square was completely destroyed. Though luckily, injuries were kept to a minimum thanks to Eileen's team evacuating the villagers. However, I think so. How is he? How's he doing? It's not good. He still hasn't regained consciousness. Well, at least he's not dead then. I was worried that Camus had died. It seems Camus had used practically all of the talisman's power to protect Maki when they were swallowed up by the explosion. I'll take over nursing duty. You've got an injured leg after all, Miss Maki. No, it's fine. It's because of me that Camus is like this. No, it's not. There's no need to worry, Lady Maki. If Camus and I were to fall to such an insignificant thing as this, then our training must have been very poor. Yeah, but Not even Miklatov's words could brighten Maki's face. Is Camus okay? The medicine seems to be working. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I see. That's good. Camus? Must not have been too bad a fire. His hair didn't even get burned. Maki? That's good. You're safe. Yes, thanks to you. Thank you. With Camus having regained consciousness, everyone that had crowded into the room was relieved. Ah, this is great. For a moment there, I wasn't sure what to think. This is a huge relief. By the way, Lady Maki, are you and Camus acquainted? Yes, we're childhood friends. Something like that. Yeah. I was born in a Free Knights of Kamaro district, and her parents would often come by to trade, so we've known each other since we were kids. When I left that district, I joined the Knights of Matilda, and since then we haven't had a chance to meet again. Oh, look at this. Camus reuniting with his childhood crush. Isn't it wonderful? I'd heard rumors that you'd joined the Knights of Matilda, but to see that they're true... Then, did you also fight against the Alliance army? I heard they attacked the Knight's domain. Well, I regret to say this, but as my hot-blooded nature would not allow me to overlook the plight of others, I was forced to break my allegiance to the Knights. In the end, I joined the Alliance army in their fight. Please don't friend-zone Camus. What? You and the Alliance army? So that's how it is. Everybody thinks the Alliance army's terrible. Suddenly, Maki's face looked downcast. Her expression seemed to say she'd realized something, and everyone else kept their mouths shut. They were all bothered by the bandit leader's parting words. Maki? Is Maki there? A violent knocking resounded through the room. Maki ran to answer the door. This... Sir Clado. There are wounded people in here, so please keep it down. I know that. I heard they're part of the Alliance army lot, so I came here right away. I'm coming in at once. I'm going to have a talk with those men. You're part of the Alliance army. That's right. Excuse my rudeness, but who are you? I am Clado, the mayor of this village. How dare you show your faces here? Sir Clado. I don't know what you're scheming this time, but leave this village alone. You've already taken all our money and food, and yet you have the nerve to come back here looking completely unconcerned? What are you talking about? After we'd finally managed to prepare something we could call a feast. We robbed you? That bandit leader mentioned something similar, but... Yes. The truth is, about half a year ago, a unit from the Alliance army suddenly appeared. That can't be. I don't believe it. If you don't believe our words, then go outside and take a look for yourself. Without a moment's delay, Gijimu's gang flew outside. Miklatov and I rushed after them. Alliance army bastards, get out of our village! Yeah, that's right. Give back the food you stole from us. That's right. My little brother was... by you bastards. What the hell is this? You guys... didn't we just save you from those stinking bandits just a little while ago? Why are you saying this kind of stuff now? Ha! That was just part of your plan, wasn't it? You bastards. Should have let them burn the village to the ground. Do you understand now? No matter how much unnecessary effort you put into this, we will only find you a nuisance. It would be better for you if you left this place quickly. They're going to need to give me some explanations very soon. Back in the room, everyone was in a grave mood, with not a word being spoken between us. With the state the villagers were in, it seemed there was some truth to what they said about the Alliance army having come and plundered the place. And so they asked themselves what meaning those words held. While the villagers were taking shelter, they told me. When Bolgan heard it, I was a little sad. But who the hell was it? Looting like that. I don't know any of my bandits that'd have the guts to pull that off. But, well, the ones who did the looting were from the Alliance army. At least that's what they called themselves. This area of the grasslands was under the protection of the Knights of Matilda. Then you all know, the Alliance army defeated them. In the confusion, a lot of guys scheming to make a profit may have turned up. And then, our fight gave birth to the tragedy in this village. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it sounds like what happened. Bolgan's sad, right? That can't be right. His goal was... Eiley. All things have good spots and bad ones too. That fight is no different. It met with good results. But this village was one of the bad results. Or so it's said. Bolgan. Sad. So then, what do we do now? They told us to get out, so do we leave? The mayor. He said something rather strange. Something about unnecessary effort. What do you think he could have meant? I see. So that's how it is, huh? Yeah. What? How what is? Well, Sir Clutto, it seems he was planning to pay the bandits tribute, just as they wanted him to. But before he could, that fight happened between everyone and the bandits. So then, the battle earlier was... What? What are you saying? So that sort of thing's what those no-good robbers usually do? You're just going to overlook the whole thing and give it to them? You gotta be kidding me. Those guys just don't want to spend time looking for the treasure themselves. Seems that way. How come the younger ones never spoken? But... if I take the tribute, going together, You can't. If we do that, the village of Millet will... That definitely won't happen. Not when you've got your childhood friend the knight and his partner. These bandits overflowing with chivalry, and these kind traveling entertainers to go with you? Whether there's one gang of thieves or two, we'll crush them. Damn straight. Yeah, that's right. No matter what anyone says, we should do what we think is right. Looks like we'll be able to teach them that. With so many voices together, what we say may come true. On this land, though disgraceful things may certainly have happened, we will dispel this infamy. This is our chance. All right, let's strike while the iron's hot. Us guys will start scouting out the enemy immediately. In the meantime, I'll leave you guys to figure out our strategy. Be careful. Our enemy isn't your average band of thieves. There he is. No need to worry. Yours truly are veterans when it comes to mountain walking. There's nobody better than us. Leaving those cheerful words behind, the bandit trio left the room. What should we do then? I got you. If you could find some way to gather the villagers near the forest to the north, That'd be a big help. If they're over there, then if anything happens, they'll be able to take refuge in the woods immediately. No problem. Gathering people is what we do, after all. What about us? You should rest until the battle begins. Your skill with the sword will be most helpful when those guys show up. Now that everyone's got their assigned roles, what should I do? See how Maki's doing? Check on the village. Let's see how Maki's doing first. I'd love to go check on the village after, but it probably won't let me do it. Kendrick Friday, how's it going? The village doesn't seem like they're going to be super happy to see me anyway. I decided to go see how Maki was doing. She looked like she had a pretty bad shock back there. Plus, I'm worried that Claudio may hear about what we're planning to do. Are you okay with that injury on your leg? Thank you very much for worrying about me. Thanks to you, I'm all right now. Besides, everyone else is working so hard. Would it be inexcusable if I rested instead of putting in my share? This village is on the way to Harmonia. It's actually in the grasslands. Is that what the axe is for? Yes, I'm chopping firewood. Without it, I won't even be able to make Camus a cup of tea. If that's the case, just let me handle it. Besides, you should be resting. That hot-blooded knight's gonna have a word or three to say to you if he catches you in a place like this, I bet. No, he wouldn't. I take the axe from Maki and send her back inside the house. If I'm here, I'll know right away if she steps outside. But for the Alliance army to loot... Hey, Miklatov, I wonder if casting aside our allegiance to the Knights of Matilda was really the right thing to do. That time, our knight emblems were... Hey, Camus, do you remember when we were taking the exam to join the Knights of Matilda? Of course. It was my first time seeing a man so nervous that his teeth were chattering. In the grasslands between Tinto area and Harmonia. Yes. Yes, that is. I think that's what it said at the beginning of the game. Don't make fun of me. For me, that was the critical moment when I could finally turn my dreams into reality. You always did overthink things with that seriousness of yours. The enrollment exams don't prohibit multiple tries, you know. What are you saying? If I failed, I would have been forced to wait until the next year. Well, I came with a letter of recommendation from the Free Knights myself, so I was in the same position, not being able to fail. But my opponent in the mock battle had so much fighting spirit, I really had quite a hard time. They were just going to watch our swordsmanship, but you were so desperate to win, they started getting anxious for someone to finally end it. The same goes for you, doesn't it? Whose fault do you think it was that we broke the record for the longest mock battle in the history of the exams? Even the judges were quite amazed. That's my line. But we may have been incredibly reckless in those days. We sure were. The world seemed like a much simpler place back then. Good deeds and bad ones. For our sense of values, that was all we needed. It really was. But that has changed as well. The day we threw away our knight emblems, the result of our battle was already decided. For Maki's village, too. What a foolish thing to say. What? I may no longer have a knight's emblem on my chest, but I still have a knight's pride. There are good and bad spots in everything. That's what Miss Rinna said. That being the case, I will live on in order to make sure the good spots increase as much as possible. You really are wonderfully simple. Sorry about that. No need to be sorry for being simple. Browsed a bit, and a little correction, in the grasslands between Tinto area and Harmonian occupied grassland, not Harmonia itself. Ah, okay. Okay, cool. Mr. Nash, have you finished? Eh? Oh, you were eavesdropping on their conversation, weren't you? Well, you just wait a minute. I'll finish chopping this firewood in a flash. He got caught. You got caught, Nash. Hey, Nash. Turning toward the voice, the color drained from my face at seeing Gijimu's gang standing there. This ain't the time to be chopping wood all carefree like. We've got a real problem. Those guys are already coming this way. What did you say? That can't be, it's too soon. It looks like that mayor guy sent a messenger to them. So how many are we looking at? Lots more than before. Can't be less than 30 men out there. I heard the bandits are on their way here. Yeah, we're in big trouble. I'm worried. The villagers are still in the square. Excuse me. They've come way too soon. On top of that, Mayor Clado said something about coming to an agreement and is gathering all the villagers in the square. I'll do something about the villagers, but we've got to hurry. As it is, I don't see any way this can end peacefully. He's going to get the villagers to turn everybody over. It's terrible. Terrible guy, you, Clado. Yes. If we can dispel our infamy with this, then... I didn't know about that, but I could take that Gustav down a notch or two if I brought him this bastard's head as a present. Then I will also. Camus, you're fine here. An injured person will just hold us back. But in this case... Miss Maki, please take care of Camus. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Camus. I've got a feeling Maki is going to become Camus's suddenly I'm blanking on her name. Good grief. You know. Overbearing fiance of what's his name? Camus? Maki? I absolutely must go. Even without the knight's emblem on my chest, my pride as a knight remains. Those were the words of my troublesome partner. Camus? Of course you. I'm sorry, Maki. Honestly, it's the same as that time. Maki? Tengar, thank you! Good grief! What is wrong with my brain? Tengar. Maki is going to become Camus's Tengar. That's what you get for being in love, Camus. This is a dagger my father carried for self-defense. It doesn't look like a dagger. It looks like a stick. I don't know how to use it myself, but there is magic embedded in the handle. Yeah, Hicks and Tengar. Too much of a bromance between Camus and Miklatov. There is that, but I think that Camus has a thing for Maki, or did before he left to become a knight. And he had to give it up, and now he regrets it. He's nothing like Hicks, though. True. I don't know how to use it myself, but there is magic embedded in the handle. I'm giving you this. Thank you, Maki. I will make good use of it. You've always been like this. Once you've decided on something, you're always so stubborn. Anyway, also, Lady Zelda, how's your night? We quickly threw the plan together, but when we arrived at the square, we found that the Keepers of the Flame had already set up camp there. Looking at this, I'd guess that talk about giving tribute to the bandits was true. Winding his way through the crowd of villagers, or winding, I hear it both ways, and I don't know which is correct. Clado appears before the bandit leader. Behind him, several people came carrying the tribute in their hands. Having laid the goods on the ground, Clado prostrated himself there. My Lord Fire Hero, we the people of the village of Millet humbly obey your words. Please give this village your divine protection from now on. This is all the tribute you have. What a pitifully poor village. What's he looking so proud of himself for? Shh. They'll hear you. More importantly, everybody take your places. I'll give the signal when it's time. When I do, begin following the plan. Everyone slipped into the crowd and disappeared. As I waited for the right timing, I listened closely to the leader and Clado's conversation. We've gone through a lot of trouble. I'll be taking this tribute then. I keep forgetting, I don't remember that this person in Suikoden III was evil. This guy is evil. And I didn't remember the leader of this group being evil in Suikoden III. Not a good guy necessarily, but not evil. But maybe he was. So that's why I need to replay it. Went out around noon for my treatment. After we left, it was really hot out. Does the heat get to you the way it gets to, I can't do it. I can't go out. If I go out in the heat and the humidity, I get so sleepy, it's crazy. Think this guy's an imposter? That would make more sense. And I know one of my friends, and not comparable, just a statement of fact, not trying to compare this to what you have or what you're going through. One of my friends has MS, and we used to do a vendor booth at a farmer's market in the summer. And for him, the heat makes it puts him in serious pain. He can't handle heat at all anymore. Evil, but not quite Luca evil. True. No one's quite Luca evil. The leader signaled a subordinate who carried off the tribute. Any time now. I hit a firebomb in the palm of my hand. It would set off a small explosion in the middle of the square. That was going to be the signal to the others. What is the meaning of this? Clado raised his head with a bitter shout as the bandits drew their swords and seized him. We've received our tribute, and conveniently the villagers are gathered here too. Now let's cut to the chase. I am aware that traders gather at your little hoof and grass flute festival. I'll be taking all their goods. Of course, it's just as Gijimu said. The leader placed a hand on his sword. He's planning to kill Clado. Shit. It's time. The firebomb I threw was knocked down by the leader's sword, but at the moment it fell, small columns of fire and white smoke spread around the area. The villagers, huddled in panic, were surprised at the sound and scattered from the square like baby spiders. That's an interesting simile there. Taking care of the villagers will be up to Eileen's team. Next, it's our turn. You, from before. I'm impressed that you managed to survive. Looks like you have even worse luck than me. You should probably be worrying about your own life, though, Mr. Fake Fire Hero. What are you? That talk about you still being alive after more than 50 years? That's a fairy tale. Fool. The true fire rune dwells within me. Those who wield the 27 true runes are bestowed with the power of everlasting youth. Those pillars of fire before were supposed to be the power of one of the 27 true runes? Give me a break. You don't know much about the world, do you, you dumb bastard? That's right. If I compare that magic from earlier with the sinister power I've seen before, this is mere child's play. It's probably the same guy who was pretending to be from the army the last time they came and stole everything from the town. How cheeky, coming from someone pretending to be a blue knight. Take this. The bandits lashed at their horses and came rushing towards us. Following our plan, we turned our backs to them and ran in different directions. Hold it! You're trying to run away? We continued running as the bandits shouted after us. Before long, we'd run past the area devastated by the fire and onto a narrow street of clean buildings. Koyu, here they come. All right. Every 3 weeks during the month, so it's better treatment in the end. Well, I'm glad that you're that you're getting some kind of treatment, because healthcare sucks. Healthcare sucks, and too often people can't get the treatment they need. Makes me angry. But yeah, he's doing good. He's doing pretty good. He has better days than others, but he does well enough that most of the time he can still make it to D&D. That's what really matters, don't you know? Koyu's voice came down from atop a partially destroyed building. Hey, you guys, how about you try this on for size? Koyu pulled on a rope, causing a mountainous heap of rubble to come crumbling down. You little brat! With the path blocked to their horses, the bandits chased Koyu on foot, but he quickly disappeared among the buildings and made catching him impossible. Well then, the guys that are left will be my opponents. Very rhythmic fighting sound. That should do it. Just in the end, I won. It's like we don't get to. It's like when people die off screen in a horror movie. We don't even get the story telling how he wins. Just, oh well, and the other guys are mine. Well, that should do it. All taken care of. Everything's good on my end too. Let's go to where Big Bro Gijimu is. Whoa, you bastards haven't heard of Gijimu of the Lamp Dragon Bandits? You're not getting past me. Gijimu was blocking the way to the door of a building, fending off the bandits' attacks. Bro? Don't tell me splitting up was a bad plan after all. In that case, I threw a smoke bomb without a moment's delay. What the hell is this? You sneaky bastard! Where'd you run off to? While the bandits were stumbling around, we joined up with Gijimu. Bro, are you okay? Bro? Yeah, somehow. What about Lo Win? What happened to that spirited lady? We screwed up. Lo Win was shouting all mad-like when an arrow came flying straight at her. Then somehow I ended up fighting these guys who are hiding in this building. As the smokescreen began to disappear, the ring of bandits closed in on us. Looks like there's about 15 of them at a glance. With just me and Koyu and an injured Gijimu, this might get a little tough. But we can't just abandon Lo Win and run. On top of that, I'm worried about leaving Miklatov by himself much longer. I was thinking of getting souvenirs for my wife and son before going back to Zexen, but is the feast already over? Who are you? Nobody at all. I'm just a humble mercenary. If it isn't Gijimu and Koyu. Are these bandits your friends? If that's the case, then sorry. It is Gilbert, yes. Never see Nash throwing any smoke bombs in Suikoden, right? We don't get to see him doing half the things that he does in this game in Suikoden 3. If he's pretty cool. I underestimated him when I played Suikoden 3. I thought he was cool enough, but like, he's Batman. Yeah. it absolutely does. Wouldn't it be nice if healthcare was so much easier? Although everything has its price, so easier access has some issues that go with it, but I wish that we lived in a world where people could get the treatments they need without having to wait forever or choose to go without food and die of starvation or something crazy. If wishes were dollars, I would not work another day in my life. I did play Suikoden 3, yes. So we played all of the original versions of the games, and then went back and played the HD remasters of 1 and 2 before we started these. So yeah, then this was all my first playthrough, starting last December. So I finally played Suikoden series after all of these years. But I do need to replay 3 now. It's been like, only because I've like really liked Nash's story here, and I want to replay it to see more of, now that I have a better understanding of the world and the characters. A Freestone food bank. I don't know what that is. Which one is my favorite? 2. I put all the games in a, like, if you were making a tier list, there wouldn't be any game in the series, in my opinion, that falls below an A tier game. Every game in this series was good. Some of them came at me, so I ended up killing them. It's old man Gilbert. What the hell, another acquaintance? These guys aren't anything like our friends. It sure seems that way. 4 was different, and it moves pretty slow because of the sea travel for the first, 2/3 of the game, but I still really enjoyed it. The sea travel does get annoying, but overall, story and characters, I still had a really fun time with it. And then I played the tactics, Suikoden Tactics, and I really liked that too. It was a good tactics game. Free food if you need it. Oh, that's cool. What Suikoden game did you find the hardest? Oh boy. I honestly didn't feel like any of them were particularly difficult. There were aspects of each game that I found difficult, but overall, I don't think any of the games were super hard. Combat and tactics required the most thinking. The mini games in Suikoden 2 frustrated the heck out of me. Whack-a-mole, good grief, it's finally done. Whack-a-mole is finally done. So I've got it recorded. I'm down to the very last dance for the dance mini game, and then I'll have the platinum and I can put out the epilogue video for that. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'd say the hardest was. I feel like 3 required the most grinding. Maybe 4. There were parts of 4 that were kind of difficult, but not overly so. I think overall 2 was the best game in the series, but I also think maybe 5 was the most fun. So they're enemies then. I've been thinking of retiring, but I suppose I'll be lending a hand one last time. Don't overdo it, Gilbert, you old geezer. We're not giving out any rewards. What? I've got no problem with that. I learned a few things in the last battle too. Besides, these guys seem like they might be really loaded. Well, in that case, we'll be counting on you then. I'm heading over to Miklatop. 2 copies of Suikoden IV because I loved it so much. If I can find my extra copy with the cover, if you have a P.O. box, I'll send it your way. Oh, you don't have to do that. Who's next? Through episode 39 of your playthrough, I haven't finished watching your Suikoden 4 playthrough though. Suikoden 3 had some hard points, but it's an enjoyable game. And really, some of the difficulty of Suikoden 3 was because I didn't know what I was doing. The only part I didn't like about Suikoden 5 was losing my castle. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a crazy game. It gets really funky because it is the only one where you lose your headquarters and you move your headquarters, but I thought it was all right that way. I thought it was good because it was different. I need to go back. Like I said, I need to play Suikoden 3 again because at this point, I don't remember. I remember the story and I remember the characters, but I don't actually remember much of the gameplay. So there may have been parts that were harder than I'm remembering, especially some of the boss battles. But I do like it. I liked that game. I didn't at first. It was so jarring, the change in styles. I still liked it. Enjoyed the gladiator event. I failed at that. I would love remasters of all of the series. Just being honest, they could remaster the whole series as far as I care. I'd buy all of them. Miklatov. Sir Nash. Sorry, I had some unexpected difficulties over at Gijimu's spot. Oh no! Just then, in that moment's distraction, a bandit who'd been hiding in the shadows came running at Miklatov with a sword. Gah! Oh, he got him. Man, I distracted him. Oh, no, he didn't. You're a troublesome fellow, despite always telling me not to let my guard down. Camus? You... Lying down and being nursed to health by a lady isn't so bad, but when it's this noisy outside, it's rather hard to get any sleep. Maybe because they already have Solvalena. Even though you have the originals, you buy them again. See, that's the attitude that hopefully will get these games made. I would like to see a Suikoden style game where you can build your base and join other players. Interesting. That might be kind of cool. Huh. And you call me the stubborn one. I'm hopeless. But have you changed that much yourself? Sir Nash. I guess there's no helping it. I can't exactly tell you to go back now. I do look forward to trying Starleap. I'm very excited for that one to be released. Another game that we have to play. I can't play games off stream anymore. It bugs me when I play games off stream. It's possible. It's possible that there could be elements like that in Starleap. That would be really cool. So the lowlives have returned. Gijimu should be taking care of your subordinates that left the square. Splitting your troops up that much isn't a good plan, you know. I don't suppose you'd like to surrender quietly. You think you have me cornered? Don't make me laugh. What, do you... Gah. The leader placed his left hand on the back of his right. He's planning to use that fire magic. You think we'll let you do that? Miklatov picked up the momentum and ran at the leader with his sword, but the nearby bandits quickly spurred their horses and Miklatov and I were quickly cornered. It seems the leader has some skilled underlings on hand. It'll be impossible to just kick them over in one go. Meanwhile, the leader's right hand has started glowing red. Before he releases that power... Crap! At this rate... It doesn't look like the bandits will allow us to retreat even a single step. Will I be forced to use these swords again? Rune within me, reveal your power to this world. It's no use. Dual snake sword grosser. That flame will not be consuming any more fear. Take this. Whoa, did he just throw his whole sword at that guy? Ugh. A dagger had pierced the leader's arm. Oh, you know what what dagger it was? It's the dagger she gave him. What is the magic? However, rune within me, reveal your power to this world. Cover them in scorching flames. The leader's hand was wrapped up in dazzling light. I got grosser fluss in my hand, but it's obvious I'm too late to do anything. I'm not going to have time to search his underlings for talismans this time. Damn, to die in a place like this? What is this? Why, my magic. It works really well, doesn't it? Take a close look at the rune embedded in that dagger. What? This... a silence rune? Aha! Silenced! It only has like a 20% chance to land, so you're very lucky, Camus. Now then, with this your magic has been sealed. Your subordinates have been dispatched as well. What will you do, Lord Fire Hero? Damn you. If it's come to this... The leader unsheathed his sword. He's gonna fight all of us at once? He must be very good. At the same time, Camus and Miklatov turned their swords to point at him. Your misdeeds will end here. For our knight's pride and for the honor of the Alliance army. Accept this punishment for the sin of injuring a lady's leg. Take this. The two started running at the leader. His lunge at Miklatov was parried, and as they raised them overhead, the two men's swords seemed to shine. The leader's whole body was wrapped in this cross of light. They're gonna rip him up. Ah, whoa, did they just slash his face off? Yes, that's what that was. 100%. Huh? What? It's already over? And here I thought I'd come back and let them see my knife technique. What a shame. Eileen's group, who had helped the villagers escape, and Gijimu's gang, who'd taken care of the small fry, had all come back. So, that's the end of that. Big Sislo wins, injuries shallow too. So does that mean it's case closed? Yay! I'm glad. I'm glad. Vulcan's happy. There aren't many injured villagers either. They'll be safe for now. I see. That's good. Oh, so this guy was the head of the bandit gang, huh? Come on, you. Let's see what kind of face he's got. With those quick words, Koyu tore off the leader's mask, and he had no face underneath. Him? You know him? This man. His name is Clant. He was the head of the White Knights, and Gerudo's right-hand man. Like me, he wielded a fire rune. Holy cow! In that case... I'd heard rumors that Clant had deserted when the Alliance army assaulted the Knights of Matilda's domain, but to escape to the grasslands and trick people with the Keepers of the Flame. Indeed, he had used the same sword style that Camus and Miklatov use. They should have recognized it, especially if he's a former knight of Matilda. Double damage to 180, 30% chance of Miklatov and Camus unbalanced. Well, they didn't unbalance this time, so that's all that was. It was interesting, though, because this time we got to see, like, this whole thing played out in words was a party fight. That was a boss battle. We had a whole party facing up against a boss. I didn't even realize that until it was over, and we were talking just now. Like, that's what that was. That was a boss battle explained in paragraph form. The two of them looked down at Clant with bitter looks on their faces. The Alliance army defeated the Highland Royal Army and brought peace to the land. But on the other side of the story, with the defeat of the Knights, remnants of the Alliance army started pillaging. Well, that's war for you. Whatever the reason is, where war occurs, there are people who will die, and people who will cry for it. Camus is very good at RNG. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a cool concept. The grassland sky was a clear blue, and under that blue sky, we were getting ready to go our separate ways. Although we defended them from the bandits' raid, the villagers' feelings don't seem to have changed much. In the end, I guess they just saw it as a dispute between bandits. Camus, Gijimu, and Lo Win were completely healed, thanks to medicine offered by the villagers. Hey Nash, if you ever get a break, come and stop by Tento. Sure. Suikoden is back. Yes, yes. That's what we need. We need Suikoden to be back. I wish Ayuden was Suikoden 6. Right? Oh, we need a Suikoden 6. I'm hoping Ayuden is good. I'm hoping it scratches that itch. And I don't know how well it sold. I haven't looked at the numbers for Ayuden. I hope it sold well enough. There's a chance we could get another game in that series. I mean, as long as it's good. I haven't played it yet. We'll find out soon. But you're leaving already? I've got to go tell that bastard Gustav all about our heroic deeds this time around. Besides, looks like we've dried up our welcome with those village guys. Well, not like I've been trying to change this mountain bandit look. Well, you've got a point there. Hey, you. You're not supposed to agree so readily. He can't help it if it's true. So we've taken care of our business, so now we're hurrying home. Nash, if you ever come to Two River, you should stop by my shop. I'll treat you to so much booze, you'll practically drown in it. I'll drop by. I'm gonna try not to drown, though. Safe travels then, Nash bro. Yeah, see you. The three of them went off in the opposite direction from me. Those guys, unconcerned with any reports, still give me the feeling they're reliable. I'm gonna pretend it is. Even looked fun. I hope it is. That's we're playing that next, so I'm pretty excited to get into it. Nash, we'll be going soon too. It looks like the feast has been postponed. On top of that, it's been leaked out that we were with the Alliance Army, so we're not gathering any customers. I see. That's pretty bad, huh? You too? We're used to this sort of thing. That's right. Whatever happens, Bulgan is happy. Nash, you're going back to Harmonia, right? That's too bad. We're going somewhere else. Yeah. Wait, how do you know that? Oh, indeed. Oh, it's because we talked to Miss Sierra. She said she hired someone to carry her luggage before, but since she hasn't had any help with it lately, her shoulders are getting stiff. She said it was a blonde skirt chaser named Nash from Harmonia. A blonde skirt chaser? I knew it. It was you. When I heard your name was Nash, it was like a light came on in my head. This is the guy, I thought. Hey. Now then, please excuse us. Let's meet again sometime. See you later, Nash. I want to play Ayuden before you. I don't want spoilers, and you're fast playing, so I might start early. I've never been called fast playing before. Man, I feel like I'm an incredibly slow player, honestly. But we are coming up on it pretty quick. This game won't last long. Are you planning to play the prequel? Ayuden Rising also? With smiles on their faces, they left as well. Without a place to go back to, they're kind of like me. No, for me it's... And then as I began to follow the road north, I heard the voices of Maki and the two knights. You are? Cool. I'm hoping that it's good too. I'm not sure how long it is. I'm expecting it to be fairly short, because it really is more like... I felt like it came out just a short while before the actual Ayuden Chronicles game. Almost like it was just a really big commercial to get people to buy that. Mr. Nash, so you're leaving already as well? Yeah, that's right. Originally, I only stopped here for some shopping. It was just for a little while, but it turned into a really serious situation. Either way, it's nice of you to come see me off, Miss Maki. Sir Nash, why? Maki, it would be better for you to return to the village. If you are seen with us, it will be difficult for you to stay here. Isn't that right, Lord Nash? True enough. Pretty disappointing to have to turn down a beautiful lady's farewell, though. That's... Miklatov, we should get going as well. Right. But your wounds? But it's just a few scrapes. Mr. Nash, I'll be seeing you off anyway, if you don't mind. Moreover, Camus, please stay at my house until your wounds are healed. But Maki, in this situation... No. Everyone is... our village... Even though there was no reason for you to come back, even though you saved me, I didn't do anything. Besides, the Alliance army did more than just pillage this village. I think they'll understand that someday. So I was thinking, that sort of fight is one that's worth fighting, isn't it? In that case, I'll gratefully accept your send-off. Usually I'm either running away or being chased, so I'm used to having to sneak out of places. It's been a while since I had something like this. See you later, Camus. I'm guessing what Maki said isn't your sole reason for fighting. That's... Bye then. I need to finish it. Oh, you have a save already. It's just a scratch. No worries. It's just a flesh wound. Camus gave a small, wry smile. Maki also had a small smile. Waving at the three of them, I left the village of Millet behind. Ah, there we go. One chapter down. I wonder if it's the same number of chapters as the first game. This will overwrite your save. I hope I don't have a save, but sure, why not? Episode 2, Caleria. We certainly won't make it all the way through episode 2. That was a long episode, though, compared to the first game. I think the first episode in the first game was like right at an hour. Maybe a little bit longer than an hour. But that was, I mean, An hour and 40 minutes for just the first episode. It's pretty good. Caleria, the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia's Southern Frontier Defense Force, to which I am still ostensibly affiliated, makes its home here, in this town, situated upon the boundary between Harmonia and the Grasslands. Around these parts, you'll find no shortage of special agents like myself, as well as mercenaries of all types, with their eyes peeled for any and all events that occur near Harmonia's national border. In recent years, with the Gate Rune War and the chaos in the city-states, the military operations have seen a steep increase. Well then, what should I do? You finally showed up, Nash. It was worth waiting around. Turning to meet the voice, I was met by a most unexpected face. Why? I didn't think there were still any people out there who cared about what I got up to. So, where are you headed? To finish your mission? Or are you going to stand in my way? If you plan on holding me back, you'd better be ready to go through hell for it, just like old times. I know better than to think the little Latkje boy would stop and listen to what I have to say. I figured that much out years ago. Then why are you here, Lena? This woman is Lena Safina, daughter of the Safina family. She has served as a member of the temple guards for longer than I, and is mine and Julie's aunt. The Safina family is a branch of the Latkje family, and while she may only be 3 years older than I am, I've never really been able to deal with her all that well. What's a temple guard like you doing here? Give me a break, you're not my older sister. The temple guard is currently engaged in an inspection of the southern frontier. In any case, considering your connection to the Latkje family, the captain isn't all that happy over the prospect of you coming back. So, it's not like I'm asking for a homecoming parade. Nash, I need you to do something for me this time. You need my help. It's not like I have any connections to the Latkje family anymore. What you see is what you get. That'll be more than enough. Hey, wait a minute. What's this all of a sudden? Before I'd even realized what was happening, Lena had taken my hands and placed me in cuffs. There's a warrant out for your arrest in Caleria. Huh? What for? What did I do? Misappropriation of funds. You had received advances for an infiltration mission, but apparently neglected to submit a final report. I suppose it's true that I've been out of contact for the past 3 months. I'm honestly kind of surprised they didn't just assume I had gotten myself killed. Well, off we go. Wait a minute. You saying you're gonna hand me over to the guards? That's terrible. It's not like there's a bounty, right? Of course there isn't. It's probably not worth fussing over anyway, so calm yourself down a bit. You should be fine after explaining the situation and submitting a lengthy written apology. On top of that, I'm sure the Safina family has some pull with the captain here. Even so, isn't this a bit much? You think so, huh? I was thinking it's probably about time I stopped pampering you. You need to go back to Julie. Okay, so Julie is still alive. That's good, because I wasn't sure she was. But why did he leave her? Surely you must realize how much that girl needs you. Yeah, I get that. But we're never going to get the whole story about Julie, are we? Even if we got to play the third game, we probably still wouldn't get the whole story. Great, let's get a move on then. Man, I just can't deal with this woman. That's what came to mind as I was dragged away. Yeah, like I don't know. There so far as I'm aware, there hasn't been any explanation at all of what the deal is. It is obvious, like from dialogue in Suikoden 3, he's still dedicated to her. Well, Barge, is Calaria's fortress to your liking? It is the very definition of comfort. The grasslands have been peaceful as can be for decades now, and that nasty mess in the south seems to have died down as well. That's good then. Though I do hope you haven't forgotten by whose graces you found yourself in this position, as well as the reason for doing so. Perish the thought. Rest assured that I'm keeping close tabs on that annoying woman from the guards. I see. So where is she now? She whiles the days away waiting by the side of the road on the grasslands border. I do wonder when the person she's waiting for will arrive. Quite the hard worker. But will she really apprehend Nash for us? He seems to be well known amongst the garrison for his eccentric proclivities. His behavior does not seem at all unexpected. That is precisely why we set this up, spreading rumors that would make her want to secure him personally. There's no reason to fret. Instead, you ought to worry about not messing up your part in this. Yes, of course. Excuse me. What is it? We've received word from the watchtower. Lady Lena Sufina has apprehended the suspect and is currently en route to our location. Understood. You're dismissed. Sir. Well then, please allow me to handle this. Just don't screw up. All right. So, there's a plot against Nash. There's always a plot against Nash. Lena Sufina, Vice Captain of the Temple Guard's 2nd Unit. I've apprehended the suspect. I'd like to report directly to Lord Barge. Might I request an audience? Acting Commander Barge, correct? I'll send a messenger. Please wait a moment. Wait a minute. What do you mean, Acting Commander? What happened to Captain Bandom? Captain Bandom is currently absent. It seems he's been sent on some long-term mission, and in the meantime, we've been left with some inexperienced fool. There had to have been some better candidates out there. Of course, Nash is the MC. True. Now that you mention it, it seems that all the capable people were moved away for strategic reasons. They settled on this no-name countryside noble from the south as a last resort. It just so happens that I also came here with the relief troops, so I don't really know much more about it than that. So that's how it is. They say that a lot in this game, so that's how it is. It's no wonder I hadn't seen any familiar faces among the troops. Seems like a lot of people have been replaced in the 6 months I've been gone. While mulling the situation over in my head, I turned and saw a group of soldiers approaching us from the main barracks. What are you plotting? You're not getting yourself out of this. Topher, thank you very much for the heads up. How's it going? What about them? The group of soldiers were approaching us with their blades drawn, looking in my direction with daggers in their eyes. I am handing over a prisoner accused of disobeying orders. It's only natural for them to be apprehensive. Been lurking for a bit? Right on. Hope you've been enjoying it. How's your idling going? You always did think the best of everyone. And you worry too much. I hope you're right. Good? Excellent. I've been unlocking some new stuff. I unlocked a couple of new things yesterday, and I haven't started it since I got home today, but I'll run it overnight tonight, probably. Lady Lena, congratulations on successfully completing your mission. Thanks. Please inform Lord Barge that I'll be sitting in on the suspect's inquiry. 5% divine chance on quests. At rank 81 for quests. What was the last thing I unlocked? Let's see, I have gems now. Oh, I unlocked sacrificing my advancements or whatever, my transcendences and stuff. I think that was the last thing I remember unlocking. Oh, and I got the third book. I got the third book for skills. That won't be necessary. The soldiers quickly spread out around us, and Lena and I found ourselves completely surrounded. Looks like that hunch of mine wasn't so far off. It is a good game. As idle games go, I kind of enjoy it. I assume it's going to feel grindier later. Right now, it feels like I'm unlocking things at a decent pace, so it hasn't felt grindy yet. But I imagine that once most of the stuff has been unlocked and you're just grinding to improve everything, it's going to feel even more grindy. What's the meaning of this? Your cooperation in this matter will no longer be required, Lady Lena. How Nash Latkje will be dealt with from here on out will be left to the discretion of the garrison. What are you saying? This isn't what was agreed on. I don't know anything about that. The only orders we received from Lord Barge were to take custody of Nash Latkje after all. What is going on here? Lord Barge. Lady Lena, thank you kindly for your assistance in apprehending the suspect. You can leave the rest to us. Please return to Crystal Valley now. Lord Barge, what are you saying? Isn't this treatment a bit extreme for something like misappropriation of funds? And did I not have your word that I could sit in on his inquiry? The circumstances have changed. What? It was, as you said, originally just a case of misappropriation of funds, but some new information has come to our attention. What are you saying? As you know, his mission was to infiltrate the city-states of Joustin. It is there, unfortunately, where he made some trouble for us. Though it no longer exists, the Kingdom of Highland was once an ally of our country. In the city-states, it appears he interfered with Highland's assault on a city called Greenhill. Where did you get that information? From a very reliable source, and as such I am afraid I cannot afford to simply ignore it. Then what will Nash's punishment be? It is already decided. His crime is treason. Those who have committed this crime are, if considered necessary by the superiors of the organization, to which they belong, to be summarily executed. What? That's ridiculous. Surely the law must allow for special circumstances during a revolt like that. And to be summarily executed without a trial must exceed the scope of the law. Still, we are bound by the law. The time for talk is over. I would ask you to take your leave. You. What the hell? We've been indebted to the Safina family for a long time now. I'm not ignorant of that fact. However, what matters most now is the present. It would be a most grave error to align yourself with any persons connected to the Latkjes, former leaders of the People's Faction. You bastard. You had this planned from the start. Did I? I'm simply relieved that I have been able to fulfill the role I was given. Who's responsible for this? That I cannot say. Nash Latkje will be executed tomorrow morning, so if you hope to exchange parting words, I suggest you do so sooner rather than later. Yeah, I think she's just going to let him go. Off with his head. Off with his head. Get in there and keep quiet till morning. Stripped of all my equipment, I was thrown to the frigid stone floor of a holding cell with nothing more than some cheap prison clothes. Putting me here was quite an excellent trick, though. Whoever was pulling the strings on this one certainly got the best of me this time, and I've got a feeling I know exactly who it was. Oh yeah, we all know exactly who it was. His old friend wants him. Right. 100% it's that guy. Stupid story that we're not going to get to see the end of. Why did I play these games? If I'm not going to get to see the end of the story, it's going to frustrate me from here to the end of time, or until somebody actually finishes a fan translation. Most likely, they won't wait long before executing me. Upstairs neighbor's son just updated me on his mom's fast. Oh, she is fasting? What kind of fast? Just normal fast? Daniel fast? Can't afford to waste any time. I calmly took a look around. Oh, you mean he updated you about his mom fast, quickly. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now. I was like, his mom's fasting? Weird. Okay, but great. Oh no, that's not cool. It's a small underground cell. That's all too common a story these days. Feels like that happens a lot to people. No window, of course. Had so much pain she had to call 911 and they busted the door down? Good grief. Home a week later. 4 days later, 911 again. Wow. So they took care of nothing, right? That seems like what happens. Sometimes you got to go to the doctor for like 6 months. That's what my wife's been doing. Doctors constantly. 6 months. Still don't know what all's wrong with her. What? She just had her 5th surgery. Good grief. Oh man. Holy cow. So is she currently in recovery? There's a grate about the size of a child's wrist. A guard constantly patrols back and forth in front of the cell, with probably at least 2 more standing by the entrance and exit. To be trapped in Calaria's fortress of all places. Seems my luck has run. So he always thinks his luck is gone. Like, seems like I'm the most unlucky person on the planet. Suddenly I'm lucky again. All right, well, I hope that she has a quick recovery and no relapses. Oh, yeah, that's not that. It just sucks. It sucks. We live in a sucky world sometimes, and I hate it. Could I say sucks a little bit more on the internet? I don't know. It could be worse. I've read a lot of really bad words while I played these 2 games. Still, I'm not so obedient that I'll just give up and let it all end here. Yeah, you can. Hey, could I ask you something? What is it? What time do you guys usually do dinner around here? There won't be any dinner. It'd be a waste of food to feed a guy who's going to die in the morning. Whoa there. What's that supposed to mean? What, you weren't told? You're to be executed tomorrow morning. 2 minutes. That's so short. Wait a minute. I can't just be executed without even an interrogation first. Despite how desperate all my shouting may have looked, I was perfectly calm and collected on the inside. My absolute worst case scenario came to pass. That's all. Seems I've got no choice but to prepare myself for the inevitable. Look, man, I don't know what you did, but you reap what you sow, right? Anyway, just shut up and be quiet already. Huh. If that's the case, at least let me have a last meal then. As if unwilling to put up with my abuse, the guard muttered, "Give me a break," and walked away from me with a sigh. If I'd been given a meal, I might at least have gotten my hands on a spoon, but no such luck, this time, it seems. I don't know who these guys are, but they had been very thorough in examining me and hadn't missed even a single pin. Man, what do I do about this mess? My thoughts spin around inside my head. The fort's stone walls are solidly built and definitely wouldn't be easy to smash through. Opening the cell door would be a breeze provided I had the right tool for the job, but I doubt I'll be able to get my hands on anything useful. I don't know the guard on duty, but he's not likely to be receptive to a bribe. Though it's not like I have any money anyway. Lots of... I only have one night to escape from here. This might be the end. Just as I began to give up hope, I heard someone coming down the stairs. Lena? We're at time, I know. It will only take a minute, right? Yeah, I won't cause a ruckus. Thank you. Nash? All right, there we go. Okay, we're going to stop mid-conversation before we make a choice on what to say to Lena. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me this week. I hope you're enjoying these weird little story-based games, these visual novel things. I'm kind of digging it. I'm liking the story at least, and they're short. We'll get through them pretty quickly. I expect it'll be maybe Tuesday when we finish this one. All right. For now, have a wonderful weekend. I will be back on Sunday to pick up right here. Thank you so much once more. Until next time, stay sharp and be excellent to each other.